when you realize that the FPL deadline is still 9 days, 14 hours away. "500 likes over the international break, and I'll captain Davis instead of Haaland or Salah. I will pin the post till deadline." 2,800 likes. The international break, day 5. Andy made the most of the first couple of days off during international break. Plenty of walks, lots of peace and quiet, and a few Guinness. Still a few more days until I have to start looking at my team with Bruno in it again. International break, day 3. International break, day 4. FPL Juice Show, describe how you feel about international breaks with only one GIF. Steve Ross, Angry Panda. Tony D, can't remember the name of the film. Nick, blowing up into some sort of orange ball. Bateman, Saul, Paul Rudd, just meh. Sleeping. Angry Cats from Volo. Lisa looking into the sky. I mean, Steve-O. Perfect. There's more. There is plenty more. Let's get right back into it. Harry, the next international break starts in 1 month. You mother effer, FPL Harry. PZ, good morning, FPL managers. International break, day 3. PZ again, good morning, FPL managers. International break, day 5. International break, day 2 from Marcin. Vocals on holiday. This guy thinks Chris Wood is a sell because of flights back from New Zealand. Wade Wilson, FPL managers during the international break. Mo, Uncle Mo, more international games this weekend. International break sucks. I want FPL back. I agree. FPL Wade Wilson, losing to Greece and an injury to Saka. I effing hate international breaks. Claire, waiting for FPL Gameweek 8 deadline. Greyheads watching Spinal Tap. Play that funky music, white boy. From Gadfly, he's losing his mind. When does it end? How's everyone's international break going? I'm bored out of my mind. Me too. Welcome to Alf PL, where strategies are dissected and dreams are built. My name is Alf. It is great to be here this evening. I've got a whole new setup. I've got a camera that's tracking my movements. Look at that. I've got some more lighting as well. I've invested in this. All good. Great to have everyone here. Thanks so much for joining. We have so much to get through in the next 55 minutes. International break is killing me. It's absolutely killing me. I tagged the FA into a tweet earlier. I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to find it. I'm going to bring it up so you can see it. I actually tagged the FA saying, like, this is unacceptable. Here we go. tagging the FA into this. No Prem, FPL, and we have to watch England play. Nightmare fuel. Absolute nightmare fuel. It is. I'm in pain. I miss the Premier League. I don't know what to do. There's also no Formula One happening this weekend. So it's horrendous. Thanks everyone for joining. Who do we have in? I'm going to bring up the chat view. Let's do that. Full chat view. Let's have a look. We've got Yellow Army. Bobby, my mate Bobby. Double Pivot is in the house. Shane. Is that Shane? Or is it Kieran? That's what I want to know. If it's Shane, mate, we got stuff to talk about. FPL Jack is here, just joined. It's Shane, baby. Yes, Shane. Taxi driver's here. Colm B. Uncle Colm is in the house. FOMO is here, of course. Claire. Claire features a lot in this show tonight. PZ. An AlfPL VIP. We've got plenty of AlfPL VIPs in the house this evening, as always. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Look, I mean, Shane's already at it. Shane is already at it. He's trolling. Golden England generation, my butt. Shane, it's England. We don't have any expectations, mate. We're rubbish. We know. You don't have to rub it in. It's always been bad, mate. Like, what are you doing? It's been bad my whole... Shane, the hand of God, Maradona, happened the year that I was born. Okay? Like, this is in every part of me, okay? This history that we have as a footballing nation. You don't need to keep reminding us that we're rubbish. We know. Oh, man. I am on one this evening. I'm not holding back whatsoever. Like, I'm just angry. I'm sitting here angry about the FA. I'm actually just annoyed about the FA. Like, how did we lose degrees? Anyway, listen, I got to keep it structured. Okay, so we got some stuff happening. First off, on my list here, I've got make sure to say hi. So yes, hi. How are you guys? Please give it a like and a subscribe. It helps with everything. If you could, that'd be great. Send me your teams. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Look on screen right now, and I'll show you how someone's done it. And you can do it too, and I'll bring it up on screen in the show. If I just scroll down a little bit here. Wait, I need to change my view. Sorry, one sec. Here we go. So like this. Like Duvoir, the goat that is Duvoir. Just pop me into a tweet, a post, whatever you call it nowadays. Put my name into it, and we will get into your teams this evening. We can talk about some problems you're trying to solve. We can do some on-the-fly scouting for potential transfers, all that good stuff. Do that, and we'll have a chat about your teams. I've got Nick from FPL Juice joining in about 30 minutes. He's going to have a go at the FPL Cashpot Quiz Bang, which is currently up to £10. So he's going to join. We're going to have a little chat, and he's going to have a go at defeating the quiz. Just for anyone who's not aware of how this works, if he doesn't get it right, we add £1. If he does get it right, he absolutely can take the £10. I will send it to him. Or alternatively, he can double it for the next person who tries to defeat the quiz. So this could get pretty exciting. Also, caveat, I'm capping it at £100. If we get to £100, that's where it's staying, all right? I can't be sending out £1,000 or something ridiculous down the line. So listen, all right, we're capping it. Capped at £100. We've got plenty of more tweets to get through as well. The spirit of this show, anyone who's not familiar, it's just hanging out with the community. I'm not an expert. I'm not an FPL expert. I don't class myself to be. My best finish is 34k in the world. That was last year. Very happy with that. I just enjoy the game, and I enjoy the culture behind it, and that's why I started this show. It's just about having a bit of fun with everyone. So Don't come at me for the decisions that I make. All right, that's not why I'm here. Just so you guys can see my team, I'm gonna bring that on screen now. This is where I'm at the moment. So if I hit live, oh, for goodness sake. All right, FPL Hub. I'm going to go to the Prem website instead, and I'll show you there. This is me. So right now, I'm at something like, where do I get to my leagues and cups? Here we go. All right, I'm 1.6 mil in the world. In the FPL Juice Pundit show mini league, which is one of the only ones I'm sort of keeping an eye on, if I'm being honest. I'm 6th, which is pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. But yeah, my rank's not great, and I have problems. I wildcarded in Gameweek 7. This is what my team looks like going into Gameweek 8. So I've got Raya, Gvardiol, Gabriel, Vanderberg, Palmer, Saka, who might be injured. We'll get into that. Rogers and Bomo. Do you pronounce the M on Mbomo? Is it just Bomo? Anyone got any thoughts on that? Delap, I'm very happy with him. Haaland, Solanke. I like this team on paper. I really like it a lot. I've got 8 Nori coming off the bench if needed. I'll probably actually sub him in. No, I won't. They've got Manchester City next, so I won't be doing that. Do I just do Harwood Bellis? Maybe I just do that. I might just do that now. There you go. Just making transfers. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Yeah, send me your team. We'll get into it. Let's do some more tweets. I think we should actually just keep the music going as well. So I'm going to play it. Here we go. Geddy's in the house. I'm going to try and sound serious. You ready? International break, day 5. This is me. The Premier League, FPL, England. Pulling me back. Why do we even have international breaks? Why do we even play international football as a nation? I've so had enough of watching England play. Ged, FPL. Everyone, when there's an international break, when you find one person who likes the international break. Yeah, like, I don't understand it. I feel a little bit lost. FFS, why are y'all taking care of FPL during international break? I think what this guy's saying is, why are people transferring Johnson in now? And I get that sentiment. Like, it is a bit weird that Johnson's price is going up. We've got a week to go? It just feels a bit weird that people are transferring. I don't mind talking about FPL. It's just the transfers that don't make any sense to me whatsoever. I'm going to keep the music going because we're going to go to the England section next, which I'm sure Shane is going to absolutely love. I've got so many England posts here. Like, what even happened? Flapjack FPL is saying bring him back. Like, I saw this and it made me angry. For some reason I liked this, but it actually just made me angry. And the fact that he's just dancing around like this made me even more angry. Like, why on earth would we bring Gareth Southgate back? Like, what? Gareth Southgate fans right now, well, how are the turntables? I'm not so sure. Like, it didn't work, did it? Let's be real. Look at the state of this team. Realistically, what was stopping the star-studded England team from beating Greece? Yeah, you tell me. Some of the formations I've seen on Google and stuff are just ludicrous. Like, they didn't even know how to put this team on paper. They've got Foden and Jude up front in this team. Like, what happened? Where's Ollie Watkins? Where's Nketiah? Like, where is... This doesn't make any sense to me. Listen, I didn't watch the game. I've given up. But, like, what happened here? What happened here? Does anyone know? The arrogance of thinking you can play 60 minutes of international football without a striker is beyond me. It's not clever, nor is it trendy or effing edgy. It's ridiculous, Lee, first name. No one thinks that's clever, Lee, again, first name. F sake. Yes. I mean, it is ridiculous. Here he is. Here he is, the man himself, Shane, in the chat. Good morning, all. I don't have much to post this morning except England. Lol. Golden generation. Who says it's a golden generation, Shane? No one said it's a golden generation. And this is war now. Like, I'm coming at Scotland, mate. I'm sorry. But I am proactively anti-Scotland football right now. Look, this is it. Look how Google thought this team was. These guys got Jude in midfield, playing alongside Declan Rice, with Foden, Palmer at front, Saka, Gordon behind. Like, what is that? What on earth is this? This was outrageous. It's almost like something that... It's almost like a thing of beauty. Let's make sure we've got some music playing. We'll start from the beginning. I hope I didn't just break people's headphones with that. Look at this. What is Jordan Pickford doing here? What is he up to here? It's such a good camera angle. Bateman in the house. Yes, mate. FOMO. Yes, mate. And then Colwill just comes in out of nowhere. Look at this. It's so funny. It is a work of art, yeah. Joe, I love Joe. This is an absolute work of art. Look at it. It's mesmerizing. What is Pickford doing? He just forgets this guy's behind him. And then he panics, I guess. He realizes and then panics. Just kicks the ball to another Greek player. Ridiculous. Anyway. Try play nice football and you get beat by Greece. Look what you did. How did we lose to Greece at Wembley? England fans right now, yes. Marcin, always coming up with the goods. Bring back Harry Maguire from Andy. No, Andy, please. Seriously though, what is stopping this team from winning the World Cup? I'm not sure about Gordon, let's be real. Colwill at left back. How is Colwill at left back in this? It looks like Nick might be joining early. Alright, I'm going to bring Nick in. Nick, you rascal.
Hello.
How are you, mate?
I'm all good. Why does it say no? Oh no, I can see you now. Right, there we go.
You can hear me okay, right?
Yeah, I can't see you on screen, but I can see you live on YouTube.
Excellent. Look at that. How are you, my friend?
I was just I'm all good, buddy. Yeah, thank you for having me. I wasn't necessarily trying to join early. I was testing the link works, but I'm more than happy to hang around on the sidelines. Let's just
do it.
Busy.
Yeah, let's do it. You know, I figured, you know, you might just be joining early, and there's nothing wrong with that. If anything, I like it, Nick. You know, a bit of punctuality.
I'm nothing if not punctual. Ask Ash and James; they will tell you.
What are you up to?
No, I'm here for as long as you want. I'm all yours on a Saturday night.
Love that. What are you up to this evening? What have you done today?
I've actually been working today. The only time this year that I work one day, I work one Saturday a year. So I was at the Excel Centre in London, just doing some trade stuff. So yeah, it was an early start. I've been on my feet all day. I've been chatting to lots of lovely people from all over the EU and further afield as well. So yeah, it's been good fun, man. It's good fun.
That's great.
How are you?
Do you find yourself working on a Saturday quite often?
Never. I changed jobs 5 years ago purely to never have to work weekends again. After having worked every Saturday from the age of 15 to 38, basically.
Yeah. So, given that there's no Prem on today, I'm assuming that made you better at your job today.
Well, I didn't have the stress. I'm quite happy to. I don't get wound up by FPL, but I am a score checker.
Yeah.
I'm a refresher of the website regularly throughout 3 p.m. to 4:30.
How often? What are you looking like every 10 minutes? Like, how bad is it? How often are you checking the scores?
Well, to be fair, Luca, have you met Luca?
Yeah, no, I feel like
Yes.
I have. He was on the show a few months ago. I remember.
I couldn't remember if he was on when you were on. He's, to be honest, if I'm not checking, he's asking me to check. So between us, it's pretty much every 5 minutes whilst the games are going on.
Yeah,
if we're not watching them.
I'm the same. I have a cool thing because I used to live in the US. I don't know if I can say this online or not, but I have Peacock. I still have it from when I lived in New York. So I get all the 3 p.m. games. So like I have this amazing thing called Goal Rush, which is sort of like Red Zone.
I've seen it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I just stick on that at 3 p.m. I love it. Absolutely love it. But yeah, that's sort of like my Saturdays nowadays. But yeah, I'm a big checker as well.
Yeah, I of course have no access to watch any games outside of the restricted zones as designated by the FA and the Premier League.
Mate, I don't care about the FA. I'm actually just upset with the FA at the moment. Like, we lost to Greece.
I saw you were giving it to the FA.
Yeah.
Nightmare fuel, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering if, and I've made a petition. I've actually done, and this is what I wanted to chat to you about. So I've actually started a petition on change.org. It's on my profile if anyone wants to check it out. My idea here, Nick, this is what I wanted to run by you. Why don't we just give in international football? Like, as a nation. Like, do you retire from international football? Like, we're so bad, right? Like, let the women are clearly better at it than we are, right? Let them do their thing. They can go and win the trophies for us. But let's just protect the Premier League and the Premier League players. Saka's injured, right? Like, I'm actually just like angry right now. We lost to Greece. There's no FPL. There's no Prem. I don't see an upside. What's the up, Nick? Tell me. You know, you're a football man. Come on, lay it on us. Like, why should we continue playing international football?
Well, I think there should just be the international tournaments.
Yeah. Yes.
I love the tournaments, but I don't like the friendlies. So when we all get behind it, and that's, to be fair, that's the motivation. There is no motivation to beat Greece.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to qualify. And it's only at the tournaments we play our best teams.
Yeah.
So all the way up until those matches, we're just playing around with different starting 11s all the way up. Like, you look at the first game of the Euros this summer. That is the first, when we had that opening match, that was the first time that 11 had played together. So what is the point in friendlies and lesser tournaments? We're not even practicing by playing our teams. So yeah, I'm with you, mate. I think it should be binned off. And also because I hate FIFA so much, I think that would be a great message. Let's just set up our own. Let's just do the Home Nations tournament.
That would be so good, wouldn't it? Like, if we actually just spun off. But I mean, it's quite Brexit styles, isn't it? Which I'm not too much of a fan of, but still.
Oh, like, I'm a massive
Brexiter.
Farage fan.
You're a massive Brexiter.
You're not laughing now, are you? No, I do. In all seriousness, I do. I just hate FIFA as an organisation. I don't agree with the way the tournaments are funded. I don't agree. Same as the Olympic Committee. Countries get themselves into massive debt just to host this tournament to impress a few criminals sitting at the top of this organisation who get bribed to let them host it in the country for all sorts of favours, and then they disappear and there's 50,000 seater stadiums just sat around empty for the next 100 years, looking like some sort of zombie apocalypse. Just spin the whole thing off.
Does P. Diddy have anything to do with it?
With the FIFA, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was deep heat. They didn't find deep heat. It was just baby oil. So
Yeah.
I don't think. Although that would be that would be a horrific error.
What a
to
twist!
swap the
What a
baby
twist
oil
in the
with deep heat,
tail if
wouldn't
P
it?
Diddy's involved. You know, in the FIFA scandal as well. Who
Oh,
knows?
but listen, he's a bad boy for life. We know this. We know that he was hiding in plain sight. I don't.
Yeah.
It should not come as a shock.
Yeah.
You know.
And now I can put hashtag P Diddy on this video, and it'll be legit, and I'll just get it a little bit trending, a little bit more. You know.
Oh yeah, big fan of that, mate. Just
big fan.
Spam those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great, man. Well, listen, I'm glad you're on board. I actually just think we should stop playing altogether. I was born in 1986, the year that the Hand of God happened, and I feel like that has become a part of me. I'm such a sad England fan. Like, every time, man. Even at the Euros, right? Like, I think within our first 3 games, I was saying, we have no shot of winning this. And it was like, we just kept managing to get these victories, and it was like, this is not going to end well. I was never optimistic about us winning. It's just like, it was was on the wall, and I just feel really let down, man. Honestly, I'm sad. I'm actually just, like, sad. It's really hard. I find it really, really hard.
Well, first of all, don't let it get to you like that, Alf. Nothing. Listen, we're together on a Saturday night. The thought that you are in some way,
I'm just sad,
down.
man. I'm just. Why are we so bad? Like, why do we keep?
That. Don't worry. Listen, I was, and you can go back and check my tweets. I was very much, when people were slagging off Southgate, and this isn't an I told you so, but when people were slagging off Southgate, I said, we don't need a world-class coach necessarily, right? We've had really good managers. We've had Capello, we've had Sven-Göran Eriksson, we've had good managers in the past. What we needed at that time was someone to bring, like, we were at rock bottom, right, after Hodgson. And we needed someone to come in and just create a bit of feel-good factor around the squad. And he has done that. That squad is unified now.
Yeah.
Right. And they might not be the best in games, but what happened the other night was the shiny card FIFA managers, the ones that do all their research on FIFA and FC 24, whatever, and the ones that get all of their opinions on players from YouTube, they were found out because they were the ones telling us, if we just play this team, we'll smash everyone. Guess what? Football's a team sport. You do need to have a couple of unfashionable players in there just to do a job. Yeah. So you can't just play Gordon, Palmer, Foden, Bellingham. Like, it doesn't work. And also, sometimes you might have to have a striker. Why wouldn't you have a striker, right?
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, what happened last night? What happened with that?
Oh.
So strange.
If I was Ollie Watkins, I'd be thinking, Kane's not playing this game, and you're still not starting me up front. I've been probably the most consistent English striker for the last 2 years.
He's had some knocks, hasn't he? He's been a doubt for a couple of weeks in terms of FPL stuff and Prem, obviously. But I see what you mean. But I guess that might be like an Aston Villa call. Like, maybe they were like, could you pretend to be out or something? Or
I think he either plays or you don't play. I don't think, if you're injured, you're not playing for England.
Yeah, but mate, they've got UCL, they've got the Premier League. Like, it's not quite as simple as that. They have to be, like, smart about how they manage their players. And I think that maybe someone might have had a word and said, Ollie, could you just pretend as though you're not 100%? You know, maybe. Listen, I don't know. But
yeah, but they're not. And again, but that goes back to, just say they're not available.
Yeah,
you don't want to play.
Agreed. Don't put them in the squad. Like,
you know?
What about Nketiah? I was saying earlier, like, Nketiah could have just done a job. Even, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's loads.
Who else? Who else do we have? Who else do we have up front at the moment? We got obviously Kane. We got
Ivan Toney, right? We've got Nketiah. We've got, but Nketiah,
DCL.
I don't know, would you even class him? Yeah, it's a very thin. We're short on proper strikers, but that is because of how most teams play now. They just have one. Back in the day, we had Shearer and Sutton. You had Fowler and Owen and Ferdinand and Collymore and
we had some ridiculous strikers in the 90s. Yeah,
we had squads where Robbie Fowler couldn't even get in. Ian Wright couldn't even get in his
It's
prime.
mad. So mad.
And now look, we're talking about Eddie Nketiah as an option.
We're talking about Eddie Nketiah. I love it, man.
Mate, but we got better squad overall. But strikers, central defenders, and goalkeepers is a massive issue.
100%. 100%. All right, mate. I got some quiz questions for you. You ready?
Oh,
so
yeah,
have you seen this before? The quiz?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Okay, so it's called the FPL Cashpot Quiz Bang. I just wrote that out one day, and I was like, I'm going to go with that. Okay, so how this works is you're going to have three questions related to the Premier League and or FPL. If you get them all right, the pot that is currently sits at £10 is going to go up to £11. Sorry, if you get it right, you get the £10. Alternatively, you can just double it for the next person. So you can say, you know what, double it for the next person, it'll be 20 quid. If you don't get them right, it will go up by £1. And that's how we've been doing it. No one's got this yet. No one's won this. So you could be the first.
Who else has who have been the losers so far? And I hate to use the term losers, but they, they didn't win.
So Duvois, FPL Duvois had a go. Kieran had a go.
Discomfort.
Discomfort. Yeah. As had
he
a
knows
go.
his stuff. The fact that he didn't win makes me worried too.
Yeah, he knows his stuff. Yeah. As had a go. I think Animations.
No surprises there. Yep.
Yeah. Animations had a go. Yeah. So I think it's 4. I hope I've got that right. I think it's 4 so far.
Okay. So if I do win,
yeah,
I can take the £10, and then what happens? Do you then start again?
Start, and then I go back to 5. Yeah.
Okay. And can I? If I do win, by the way, I'm going to donate it to charity.
Love that. Which charity are you going to donate it to, Nick?
I'm actually. It would be the Teenage Cancer Trust.
Okay.
We're going to do a thing on Juice on Tuesday. This isn't promotion, by the way. This is just what we're going to do. So for those, a few people might not know, but FPL Mariner on Twitter, who's come to a few of the FPL meets and stuff like that, sadly lost his son to cancer earlier in the week, and he's a guy that's been present in the FPL community for a number of years, and yeah, so I've spoken to him separately about doing something for him on Tuesday, trying to raise some money, and the trust and the charity that was particularly close to him is Kieran, his name was, who him and his wife want all the donations to go to. They wanted all the donations to go to Teenage Cancer Trust, so that is what I would donate it for.
Yeah, and I'll listen. I'll donate regardless to that. So we'll sort that out afterwards. 100%. I mean, that's horrendous. Like, I have a 7-month-old son, as you know, and I just can't even, words can't describe like what that would be. Like, I don't even know how I would. Yeah, it's awful. All right, so let's win some money for the charity. Nick, are you ready for this? Okay,
cool.
number one.
I'll do my best.
They're hard. Okay, they're hard questions.
Brilliant.
Okay, the first one. Who was the first player to score a perfect hat trick? Left foot, right foot, and a header in the Premier League.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm going to give you I'll let you have a go, but if you'd like, I'll give you a little clue before, because that's quite tough.
Okay. I remember one player distinctly doing it. Whether he was the first, I'm not sure, but my answer would be Robbie Fowler.
Oh, it's not true. It's not right. It's Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank for Leeds United against Spurs in 1999.
Oh. Well, I must be wrong about Fowler then. Okay.
Let's go for another question, all right? That was just a warm-up.
Oh, hard question. I did not anticipate this level of difficulty.
They are hard. Which Premier League club was the first to achieve an unbeaten season? The first to achieve an unbeaten season.
in the Premier League?
Correct.
Arsenal.
Yeah, correct. That was pretty easy, wasn't it? That was pretty easy.
Well, yeah, I was even thinking it. I was like, are you talking about
Yeah, it sounds like a trick question. It is
the
Arsenal.
the difficulty level went from 100 to 0?
Yeah, it did. Mate, listen, so what I do is I ask AI to do me the questions. So I've got I give it like some prompts and stuff and some information, but I don't have any sway on what questions it's going to pop out. The next one.
Oh, I like it.
The next one. Which player holds the record for the fastest hat trick in Premier League history? I'll give you the year, 2015.
Sadio Mane, right?
Yeah, nailed it. Nailed it.
Yes, I remember that.
Absolutely nailed it. All right, listen, you've got to... We're going to forget the first question. Okay, last question.
Nice.
This is FPL related now. Which player scored the most points in a single FPL season?
Oh, God. I really should know this. I mean, I feel like it's because the thing is the points changed around. Like, I feel like it's got to be Salah, but then I'm just thinking, was there like a time when Lampard might have got some more? But I think I've got to go Salah because I think that's when they introduced more bonus points. So I'll go Salah.
Mate, I can confirm that is correct. You nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. You absolutely nailed it, my friend. I got some sound effects going. I got some applauses. I got some air horns going on here. It's a wild time.
Of the sounds, as you know.
Yeah. So James got me on this. So this is Ecamm, what you guys use, and it's so much better than like OBS and stuff. I love it. Anyway, let's not talk tech, mate. You've won it. So how are we going to do this? So that's 10 quid. We'll donate. Should we donate that, and then I'll just add a tenner on as well? Should we do 20 to?
Let's do. Charity. We'll take that £10. You add a tenner. I'll add a tenner. We'll do the 30 quid to charity.
There we go. Done.
To the TW Trust. I'll get all the details for that, and let's try and
make that happen.
We'll raise even more on Tuesday as well.
100%. Obviously, Juice is the GOAT. You guys gave me so much of an awesome opportunity coming in with the crew and all that, and I really appreciate it. I just want to, how could you sum up Juice to anyone who's not familiar with it? Someone who perhaps is in the chat. I think everyone is. I think everyone knows what Juice is, but just if they didn't, give them sort of high level what Juice is about.
I think it's the key thing. It doesn't take itself too seriously.
Love that.
We enjoy the game. We're not on advice. We're here for inspiration, not information. So we won't tell you who to pick. If you just want to know who to captain, what transfers to make, probably not the show for you, to be completely honest. If you want to hear a few options thrown into the mix in conversation and then you make your own mind up, then you probably enjoy it. I think we get great experts. Sorry, we're not allowed to say experts. We get great guests on who are often, they provide the knowledgeable insight to the game. To be fair, Ash, who's my co-host, who obviously you know well, he's having a great season so far. So he is doing very, very well. But our guests normally provide the expertise. So we had Praz on this week, which was great fun. Focal was on a couple of weeks before. So
Harry,
we get
didn't you? Harry a few
Harry
weeks
on
ago.
the week before. So we're really, really fortunate with our guests. We do it in the first half of the show is FPL, and the second half of the show is kind of loosely FPL, but a lot more nonsense where we just play a few silly games and take the mick out of each other and ask stupid would you rather questions and stuff like that. So I think it's probably Marmite to a lot of people in the community. I think a lot of people will watch it and hate it. What did Steve-O said the other day? He said, I watched FPL Juice and I thought this reminds me of Big Breakfast from back in the day. He's like, it's very much like big breakfast or TFI Friday, something like that. Just a bit of a stupid, but
I love
enjoyable,
it. I
easy
love it.
watch.
I think
Easy watch.
like I'm totally aligned with your guys' philosophy. Like I also would never, even if I was really good at the game, I would never class myself as an expert. But I'm just all about like community, like having a good time with it. Like I love the memes. That's why I pretty much got into FPL. It's just like the culture behind the game is so fun and amazing and hilarious. Like that's what I love about it. So like, yeah, like when you guys approached me and were like, hey, you wanna chat? I was like, yeah, let's go. Like Juice, the goats. So yeah, anyone out there, if you don't know who Juice are, definitely check them out. And also the FCAs, you are nominated to win that. So what do we need people to do? People need to vote.
So you can just go to the FCA website, and then when it comes to the drop-down menus where it says Best in Fantasy Football Creators, just give a little tick on Juice and then head down to the bottom and submit. And it's as simple as that. You can do the classic. And if you go to be fair, on at FPL_Juice on Twitter, our pinned tweet has probably got a link straight to it. So that's probably the easiest way for people. But yeah, Colm, I've just seen in the comments says, it's blokes chatting down the pub vibes, which it definitely is like that. And Colm, I can see, like, Yellow Army, just who's on my screen now. And there's a few other guys that join us in the chat on Tuesdays as well. They'll testify. If you're chatting in the stream, you become part of the show.
Yeah,
we it's not just this token. Some shows might be, say hi to, shout out to thing, thanks for your super chat or whatever. We know, like, these guys in the chat will be taking the piss out of me and Ash for 2 hours straight. Depending on what it's about, and that's part of it. It's the fun. That sounds like David Brent. That's part of it.
And that's part of it. So. Yeah, that's awesome. How many times have you seen The Office?
Oh my god! Like, just if I've ever got a spare half an hour, I'm watching The Office.
yeah. I have a thing where I watch stuff like as I go to sleep. So at the moment I'm on Sideways. You ever seen the film Sideways? The two guys that go to wine country. Never seen that. Highly recommend it, Nick. Highly recommend it. One of the best films ever made. I've watched that now because that's been my thing for the past year. I watch that film every night before bedtime. So like I've seen it well over 300 times at this point.
My God.
And The Office is another one for me. So I just or Seinfeld is another one. I just go through these phases of just having them on. But yeah, Office is up there for me as the best, the GOAT sitcom. And it's got to be the UK one. I don't care about anyone who's coming at me with the US Office. It's not about US Office. It's not.
No, the UK Office is the best by far, right?
Yeah.
But what I will say is that the US Office is a very good show. If you get past the first series where it's trying to be the version of the UK Office, and they're trying to replicate the character. If you ignore that and get past the first series, and then the characters start to take on their own dimensions and storyline, and then I'd say if you like Modern Family, or something like that, then you'll enjoy the US Office, and it gets better and better as it goes along, and because it's a lot longer, a lot more.
It's also very polished, isn't it, compared to the UK? The UK one's scrappy. It's good and scrappy and weird, The US one is just a little bit too shiny for me. It's a little bit too shiny, a little bit too well written. Although no, I should say that the UK Office is spectacularly written. I shouldn't say that at all, but yeah, awesome. Nick, you're live on YouTube right now. What would you like to say to the world?
Just be nice to each other.
That's it.
Please.
Yeah,
that's
I love it.
The message.
I love it. Mate, I just want to thank you for coming on. Such a pleasure to have you on, my friend. I think I'm seeing you in a few weeks. I'm sure I will be. We're going to the FCAs. When's that happening? That's November the
17th, is it?
So next month? We'll all be wearing tuxes.
It's definitely November.
We'll all be wearing tuxes.
I might actually. Yeah, I might don the suit.
I'm gonna go
I
and
know you
film.
live
I'm
in a
gonna go and
tux, don't
film. Yeah,
you?
I'm fully tuxing, and I'm taking the cameraman, and I'm gonna Alf PL this whole thing. I'm gonna go up
I
to
don't think I've seen anyone wear a tux as much as you, to be fair.
yeah. I don't know why I decided to do that. It's just like it was in my cut. I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I'll do that, and then James was like, you know, now you need to wear a tux like all the time. He's like, do you realize what you've done?
Well, you you upset the people at Fest, didn't you?
Yeah, they didn't like me in a tux.
Trying to
Honestly,
steal the limelight.
it was so bizarre. Like, I don't want to get into a whole because we're live. This is FPL world. I don't really beef with anyone apart from Tom, but like I don't, you know, it was just very
Oh,
strange. But
Tom.
that, you know, as soon as
Forget that guy.
forget Tom, as soon as we had a conversation with Ed, he was, you know, and I explained who I was and that I'd been texting him. He was like, "Oh, you're that guy," but like he just didn't want me there in a tux. It was so strange. Anyway, Nick,
Reverse, reverse snobbery.
reverse snobbery, probably something to do with
And of all
that. Yeah,
Ed of all people should not be wanting to indulge in reverse snobbery.
yeah, mate. Some very weird things happened that day, but it's all good. I had a great time. You weren't there, were you? You weren't at the.
I was on holiday.
You were in Holocaust. You were.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
was on
Yeah, yeah.
holiday, sadly.
Oh man,
I
that was
would have been
crazy.
there otherwise.
All right, man. We got bounced, but thanks so much for joining. Lots of love to you. Have a great weekend and stay hydrated.
Pleasure,
See you,
pleasure.
mate.
Thanks for having me, and give everyone who's watching, please subscribe to Alf because he's an absolute legend, and he is the hardest working FPL persona on YouTube that I know for sure. He's always
Oh,
grafting, so
shucks.
give him support, show him love.
Thanks, man. See you, Nick. Lots of love, mate.
Cheers, my man. Take care.
Bye.
Bye, 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 bye.
Yes, Nick. What a legend. We were just chatting for quite a long time, and I have got so many things to go through. Let's do some teams because you very kind people sent me teams like Bobby here. Roberto doesn't like me calling him Bobby, so I'm just going to continue calling him Bobby. FPL FOMO. Okay, let's do this. So I think the first one that was sent to me was Duvoir. I might have one before. Rotten Onions sent me his. Tips by Marcelo, legend. I'm just making sure there's no one else. I did put these into a folder, but I think it might be better for me to do it by notification. So let's go. Okay. Tips by Marcelo. Welcome to the Alphaverse, my friend. Who have we got here? Last week was bad. Mikalenko, that's not great. Yeah, Porro didn't do great. Sanchez, not great either. Gvardiol, yeah, this is rough. This is a rough team, isn't it? Captain Haaland, Watkins Wood. You could probably just leave this team though. I mean, Mikalenko's a problem. Your defense is a bit of a problem. I would look to try and figure that out. Liverpool defense? Do you have money for that? That's what I'm thinking. Mikalenko, 2 Everton for me. That's a bit much, Marcelo. I would be trying to figure that out. But yeah, all in all, man, this is not too bad. You probably could just roll this. You could just probably roll this. Rotten Onions. Winks to Mbomo. Trent to Van der Berg. You sold Trent. Van der Berg. You sold Trent. Wow, Onions. You legend. You've sold Trent to get Mbomo in, I guess. I mean, you're doing really well, aren't you? I think something like are you 8,000th in the world? So like, who am I to say what you should or should not be doing? You got 2 Leicester in defence. They got some clean sheets, didn't they? That's ridiculous. Lots of like red and white stripes here, Onions. I don't know Stuart, and he's injured. But listen, man, your rank's ridiculous. So props to you for making this happen. You got Salah and Haaland. Well, that's why you're doing so well. Yeah, fair play, man. Keep it up. Love that. Who else we got? We got Duvois, an Alf PL VIP in the house. Okay, wait. Onions just said, when you do mind, count how many goal scorers. Okay. At this point, 0, right? Haaland blanked. Watkins blanked. Palmer's got an assist. Salah definitely blanked. Rodgers definitely blanked. Wow. Is that a rough week? And then you did well with the Leicester defence, Onions. Is that how this went down? Duvois, I think I have lost the script after that awful display last week. That team looks awful. Defence and attack are fair enough. Tsimikas not involved with Greece is encouraging for Robertson. You're thinking Tsimikas for Robertson? I wouldn't do that move, Duvois. I would steady on that one if I were you, because I don't think Robertson's going to be out for too long, and that could be a real pain in the A because you don't have much backup. Although FaZe is there for you, so that could be the guy. You've got plenty of Liverpool. You've got 2 City. You've got 2 Arsenal, 2 Aston Villa. I like this team a lot. Carvalho scored, didn't he? You got Mboma already. Yeah, this is good stuff. I don't see why this would be a problem long term, this team. I think you can probably hold your horses on any crazy moves. I wouldn't do Tsimikas for Robertson. Chat, what do you think? Let me know what you think about that, because I'm not convinced that would be the move. Who else we got? We have got FOMO. If I do a transfer this week, it'll be Saka to Johnson. Don't do that. I've got a really funny Praz tweet, actually, that I bookmarked earlier. And it was one of the last ones I bookmarked before going live. I think it was in memes. Here we go. If you have 2 or 3 free transfers or on wildcard, Saka could be a doubt this weekend and plays Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle after that anyway. If you have 1 free transfer or have used them early, then Saka will be absolutely fine. And doesn't that tweet just absolutely sum up FPL so incredibly well? Yes, I agree with Praz. So, with that being said, FOMO, don't do that move. I definitely wouldn't do that move. Like, John, you've already got Maddison, right? You've already got Maddison here in midfield. Great. You've got Solanke as well. You are covered for Spurs. Saka, if he's out, he's going to be out for 1 week. Praz did mention his Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle fixtures. But again, it's Arsenal. We just kind of get scared about these fixtures nowadays. And when you break it down, it's Arsenal, it's Saka. He's on penalties. Like, I just think you keep him. I just think you keep him. Mo is in the house. Uncle Mo, yes, mate. Legend. Legendary stuff. Okay, Bobby, here we go. Here's how my team is looking. 2 free transfers, 0.6 in the bank. Any moves you would make? Any moves I would make? This is a very sick team. You got Semenyo and Lewis and Carvalho on the bench. I remember you talking about Carvalho, and you almost made it into the sad FPL bucket last week, but you end up scoring like the last minute. You lucky so-and-so. This is a great team. You have cover as well. So, like, I would just roll the transfer. Even with Saka, he's not going to be out for long, is he? So just roll the transfer. If he plays, he plays. If he doesn't, you got Semenyo coming on. 100%. 100%. Roll it. You got Flecken, Man United away. I could see Brentford doing something there. You got the two legendary Arsenal defenders. You got Trent Porro. This defense is outrageous, Bobby. You got Rodgers and Bomo Saka midfield. Solanke, Haaland, Wood up front. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this team. Roll it. FPL Jack, Saka to Foden if he's out this week. No, Jack. No. Again, you've got Semenyo. I know he's playing. I know they've got Arsenal. Semenyo could do a job. He can score. He can score a goal. It's Bournemouth. They're not that bad. And Saka will probably play. So Jack, my friend, who always beats me at EAFC. This guy beat me 5-1 the other day at EAFC. 5-1. Dude, you definitely want to just not sell Saka. And I don't think you should get Foden either. Just Tiggy time. Tiggy. Yes, Tiggy. Did you get to have a chat with James? That is the question, Tiggy. 2.1 mil. Not sure about Henderson. Not sure about Hall. Harvey Barnes. Sure. Bruno Fernandes. Ooh, get rid of him. Saka, Salah. Love that. Mateta, Solanke. It's a perfectly very differential team here, Tiggy. I respect it. You're just a little bit further up than I am in terms of rank. I would be trying to get Haaland in if I were you. But I'm assuming you've gone no Haaland for a particular reason. You don't have any City, so that would be my concern here. Maybe Bernardo Silva for Fernandes? Let's have a look. Let's have a little look, shall we, for Tiggy? We're going to do points prediction. Game week 8 to 11. We're going to put in City. We're going to do... No, let's keep it at that. Right, Haaland, Gvardiol. I think Silva might be your guy, you know. Grealish? Nah, I don't like Grealish. I think Bernardo for Bruno might be the move. Just so you can get a little bit of City cover. I don't think Bernardo's the greatest asset, FPL asset, but he can just do things, whether it's an assist or a goal. And Bruno's washed. Like, no offense to any Man United fans, because he's your captain, but he is washed right now. They are washed. Abort. Get out of there. Get out of there with Bruno. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Again, I just want to thank everyone so much for joining live. This is a pleasure to have you here. What an absolute pleasure it is to have you all here. Mo, Bobby, FOMO, Devoir, Nick, yes, Nick, you ledge. Colm, Uncle Colm in the house. Jack, yes. No, I'm not sponsored by Hub. I'm not. I just use it. Do you see I didn't even mention the name? Because I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do, Nick. Like, I have it and I use it. So why wouldn't I bring it up on stream? I know Tom. Tom's in the chat. Tom, you ledge. He's sponsored by Hub. I mean, like, listen, all right. Let me tell you guys a little story. Okay, I came into this not really knowing much about anything. I like FPL. I like hanging out with FPL managers. I don't want to get into some sort of like civil war between FPL Fantasy Football Hub and Scout. All right, it's not my job. It's not my jam. I don't want to get involved in it. I have FPL Hub. I paid for it for like 5 years. When they got hacked, I was emailed because I was affected by that, and I think that was like 4 years ago. Nick's livid with me. So there we go. Okay, I'm not sponsored by anybody. If you want to sponsor me, hit me up in my DMs. I was thinking about trying to find sponsors that I believe in. But anyway, listen, this is another whole other conversation to be had. I saw Bateman mentioning my enormous water cup earlier. It's just like a soup jug that I've just started using as a water cup. I love it. And I have some very fly form is temporary podcast to sponsor Alf. Mate, listen, that's the sort of stuff I could get behind. Bobby, let's talk. What are we thinking? Like a little logo on the bottom right. Send me your logo on Twitter and I'll add it to the stream right now. Let's do it. Animations is in the house. Animations. Yes, you legend. I do actually just want to take this opportunity to say thank you to all of these guys on screen. These are the Alpha PL VIPs, the people who have been with me from the very beginning when I first started out doing this whole thing. Massive shout out to the likes of Mr. Bird here and Lewis Bonilla. These two were literally just sitting on the only two people on my live shows, like when I first started. So they were my very first dudes, and everyone else has been so helpful as well. So thank you guys so much for all the stuff you do, and you're legends in my eyes. Thank you so much. It's great to get to know you dudes. Okay, let's do some more. Let's do some more bookmarks. Okay. Bookmarks. Let's go. We've got international break. We could do some memes. I've actually got a couple of sad, I think. Yeah, I do have a couple of sad. There's some like controversial ones in here as well that I didn't quite know where to put them, but I just kind of went for it. Okay, we're going to start here. Let's do the sad music. Geordie, what an effing tragic weekend in the FPL. Johnson scored. Slanky got an assist. Van der Ven had a shocker. That is a pretty bad week, isn't it? That is a pretty bad week. Oh, below average by 3 points. That is rough. Where clean sheet points? Aston Villa versus Manchester United finished 0-0. Mazwari and Konza. Oh god, that would absolutely kill me. That is perfect. Like, that meme there is perfect for those two pictures. FPL manager's going to international break on a red arrow. 100%. I got a green arrow. I got a mother flipping green arrow, and I will take that any time of the day. David De Gea saves another penalty. Yeah, like Man United fans, what are you thinking about David De Gea? What on earth are you thinking about David De Gea right now? He did not need to go, did he? Is that what's caused all this? Is that decision caused everything that's happened since? FPL Fran, 49 points, 1.9 million, international break, and no foreseeable transfers till game week 10. Fran's having a shocker. He's having an absolute shocker of a season. I put this in the sad because I didn't quite know what Harry was doing here. I'm going to read it out. All right, you ready for this? I just packed myself. I packed me. Wait, I'm not in FIFA. I'm playing FIFA, but I am me. Me is in FIFA. I packed me in FIFA. You thought you could escape the joke. Like, that is the most dad joke that I have seen on this app. Harry, if you listen to this, I love you, bro. But that, my friend, that is a crime. That is a crime, mate. Were you just? Is this a few beers deep? Do you think? And he just thought, oh, that's really funny. Anyway, Bruno. Bruno has not scored for Manchester United since April. That is horrendous, isn't it? I had to put this team into the sad bucket. Look at this Arsenal team. Look at this. Look how bad this is. Like, you can really see the downfall of Arsenal, can't you? And like the trough that they were in. Look at this team. I don't know. I can't remember Mikel. Skilacci, I remember the name. Giroud, I definitely remember. Koscielny, I remember. Fabianski, yes. Chamberlain, Frimpong, Coquelin, that's how you say it. Benayoun, Shamak, Park. What on earth is this? Unbelievable. Am I missing something? Why do the Mancs want Solskjaer back as manager? Yeah, I don't get this at all. I've seen it a couple of times today, over the past like 24 hours actually. Man United fans actually want to get Ole Gunnar Solskjaer back. I do not understand it whatsoever. I don't understand the sentiment of it. It's very, very concerning. They're in, and that's where they're at, mentality-wise. They want Solskjaer back. Like, hug a Man United friend. Like, go and find them and make sure they're all right, because things are not copacetic over there whatsoever. Let's do some plans. I've got a bucket of FPL plans here, so let's go through these. There's quite a few actually. Andy, Saka will probably be fine, but there was definitely a genuine issue last night, even if small. I think if he was out, it would probably push me towards a Spurs attacker, potentially Johnson with a view to doing Bruno to Palmer in 9, Son an option 2. Yeah, I just think it just see what happens with it, right? Like, that's my take on Saka. I have him as well. You just got to roll with it. You know, if you get rid of him, he's going to play and he's going to score a goal. And then the player you get in won't score a goal. Like, it's written in the stars. I just don't think it's worth it. Teams to attack. Here is an easy to read table illustrating the teams with the worst defensive stats. Wolves, Southampton, Leicester, Brentford, Ipswich. Goals conceded. Wolves are not having a good season, but their fixtures were absolutely pants. So I actually think, looking at historical data, I get it, but their fixtures are changing, so I wouldn't necessarily be looking at that going forward. I think Southampton, Leicester, Ipswich. I mean, all these 4 are up for grabs, aren't they? And people have Flecken, right? Like, that's rough with Brentford. But yeah, I definitely think Southampton are good to target 100%. Not too sure about Brentford, but yeah, that is interesting. Due around game week 34, 35, in my opinion, one to keep an eye on, especially for the double game weeks. So Andy obviously is the GOAT non-Harlander. So I was trying to sort of figure out what the sentiment was behind this tweet or behind this post, or however you say it nowadays. But it is legit, isn't it? We've probably got to keep an eye on that. So they're going to have a baby towards the end of the season. He's going to play, isn't he? Let's be honest. Erling Haaland's not going to take a day off. He's going to play. Especially game week 34, game week 35. Fixtures, game week 8 to game week 19, the FPL Matrix. Yeah, so Man City, obviously. I'm interested in the teams that are sort of around this point, like West Ham. Bowen. I like Bowen, but people are sleeping on Jared Bowen. Nketiah, perhaps, Crystal Palace. Semenyo. Carlos Baliba, yeah, I don't really know much about this guy, but he looks legit. I'm wondering if he might be worth a look in. It looks like he's nailed for Brighton. I remember saying that Carlos Baliba has the potential to be a tier 3 LCM in the world. Frankly, I was wrong. Carlos Baliba has the potential to be the best LCM in the world. Remember the name, 20 years old. He seems ridiculous. Brennan Johnson, we've talked about him quite a bit. I was close to wildcarding him in instead of Solanke, but I had a way of doing it. I was either going to get one or the other, and I got Solanke up front. But I don't know. It feels like knee-jerky, doesn't it, to bring him in at this point? But he just looks so good, and he's just scored for Wales, hasn't he? So, are you guys thinking about getting Johnson in? What do we think about him as an option going forward? Just check the chat. In Roy Keane's voice, he's not having the baby. That was a really bad accent. That was like he's not having the what accent was that? It was like Scunthorpe Northerner. He's not having the baby. Saka owners moving to Foden for Gameweek 8. Bateman, he's in the chat. He's here. He's memeing all day long. Here he is, just throwing out some Forrest Gump. I feel like Saka to Johnson is the move that people are doing. But yeah, didn't someone earlier on, was it Duvoir doing Saka to Foden? I can't remember. Or was it Bobby? Cole Palmer has blanked just once in the last 5 game weeks. Has he been in your squad since Game Week 1? I have Cole Palmer, as if he's 10.8 million now. Yeah, I have Cole Palmer, and I'm pretty happy that I have him. I got him at, can't remember what, I think it was 10.5 or 10.6. So he's continuing to go up in price. And he now might be priced out for a lot of people, which I'm loving because I've got him locked in. We'll see what happens, but I think that he is going to be a very good differential. And he is a differential. How much is he owned? Oh wait, he's owned quite heavily actually. This isn't a different. These aren't differential numbers. What am I talking about? Foden, Saka off injured. This man may be joining my team a week early. Yeah, I'm not convinced by Foden at all. You know, I would go Johnson over Foden. I just don't know if Foden's gonna start. I don't know what that team is doing. I don't know what Pep's doing. Who knows what Pep's doing? I think it's too much risk. I would go Johnson over Foden. And also, isn't De Bruyne coming back soon? Football, I've got to remember to follow people if I'm reading out their tweets. Follow Bateman. Locker, do I follow you? Yes, I do. It's just sort of etiquette, isn't it? I've got to do the right thing. Okay, I'm following most of these people. Don't panic yet, FPL players. Saka limps off in many matches. Still time to wait for news. Yes, I agree. I think 100% wait on Saka. Like, you have to wait on Saka. It's the only thing you should do right now. Don't even think about it. We've got another week, guys. Like, let's not even think about it. FPL data. Follow. Seeing so many teams without Liverpool assets, people forget we are top of the league and kept the most clean sheets. Lovely stuff. Yep. This is my concern. I have no Liverpool in my team whatsoever. So I need to figure that out. I might do Kanate. How much is Kanate? Do we know how much Kanate is? Is he 5.1? 5.2? I might be making that move soon. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I need to figure out how to get a Liverpool player into my team. I don't like the attack because I don't know who's going to start or who's going to play. I got rid of Jota many weeks ago. Diaz is no longer flavour of the month. It's very tough. It's very, very tough to pick Liverpool players. Trent's too expensive. Nketiah or Robertson might be the ones. Fantasypedia. It's a weird name. How many FPL points is Haaland scoring in these next 3 fixtures? What do you guys think? 3 games. How many FPL points? In total? 25? 30? He's on fire. FPL community, Brennan Johnson as R9. Look at that. He is pretty good, isn't he? He is quite clearly a legit footballer playing in a team that is very much on form. He's pretty cheap. Here he is again. PZ, who's in the chat, is thinking about him as well. Fixtures: West Ham, Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, Ipswich. Home, away, home, home. Brennan Johnson might be the guy. If Saka is out, I'm going to do Saka to Brennan Johnson. Didn't I just say I wasn't going to do that? If Saka's out, Leaf Days is becoming a serious option in my opinion, as well as good fixtures. He ranks amongst defenders. Number 1 for total crosses, number 1 for chances created, joint 1 for big chances created. Yep, might be an option. If you have Bruno, I would definitely hold him for these incredible run of fixtures. That's obviously a joke, right? Do we, guys, look at this tweet, okay? And I saw it earlier. I wasn't sure where to put it. Is this guy joking? It's Zlatan. I don't know if he's joking or not. Aston Villa, they just played. Tottenham, Crystal Palace, Southampton, Liverpool home. It's a joke, isn't it? And Tiggy, there's your answer. You want to sell Bruno. Bluebird, Paul, follow. 100% hold. 1, Semenyo can score against any team. 2, look at the fixtures beyond the next 3. Game week 11 onward, shouts goals. Offers great value at its price. Yeah, Semenyo's a decent option, isn't he? Look at these greens on the right-hand side here. Where does Semenyo rank in terms of midfielders priced at like under, let's go under 6.5. Let's go under 7. He's up there. Eze is still predicted good points here, guys. Something's broken. Something is broken. Why is Eze still up there? He's expected 24.3 points, and Johnson's expected 19.9. How is this just XG then? I think Eze is a massive sell, in my opinion. He doesn't look. It looks like he's been spending too much time with Gareth Southgate. Crystal Palace is struggling. A bad place to test this is away to Forest. But I think Game Week 9 versus Tottenham, Game Week 10 versus Wolves, he's a good differential to be considered. I don't think so. Is anyone seriously considering Eze? Yes, Kieran's here. Legend. FPL Stanley, the variance the Saka injury will cause is going to be wonderful. Yes, I completely agree. Foden seems a template pick, but I've only seen a couple that are sure they will go that way. I don't feel like Foden's the guy. If Saka is injured, I'm going to go Johnson. Let's just do this again. We want mids, don't we? Kulusevski? How much is Foden? Is Foden 9.5? How much is... Where's Foden at? Foden's not even remotely featuring in this list. Am I crazy? Where is he? Did I go past him? Does anyone know what's happening here? So Palmer's at the top. 27.8. Then we got Saka, Eze, Foden is nowhere to be seen. Why is that? Foden, there he is. According to the AI overlords, Foden is not your guy. Sorry to spread some fear and uncertainty and doubt, but Foden is not your guy according to AI. You do not want to be looking at Phil Foden over the next few game weeks. Just so we can compare this, over the next, 7 game weeks, he's predicted 13.7 points. Whereas Palmer, as an example, is predicted 27.8 points. Maddison is a good shout. Maddison, Kulusevski, Johnson. I like Bowen a lot. I really like Bowen. I mean, if Saka's injured, it's actually quite a nice little tasty problem to have because you've got so many options. Lewis Potter. Do you get Jota? Iwobi's having a bit of a banger, isn't he? Although he did actually have a bit of a... No, it wasn't. Sorry, it wasn't Iwobi. It was Adama who was having the shocker the other day. Yep, very, very interesting stuff. If Saka is out, guys, there is a plethora of options for us. Claire's saying hardly featured this season, hence why I've not seen enough of Foden to pick him. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I totally agree with Claire. Andy Martin is in the house. Legend. Why do I enjoy people doing badly so much? I'm horrible. Schadenfreude, my friend. Is that how you say it? I'm with you. I am here for the tears as well. Just back from work, skipped back to the sad section. Legend. Tiggy. Yeah. Yep, Foden's no good. I think we've agreed that Foden's not the guy. In our little pocket of the internet, guys, we know safely that Foden is not the pick for Saka. I think it has to be Maddison, Kulusevski, Bowen, Johnson, Semenyo. I'm skipping McNeil. I don't buy into it. I think he's done really well recently. I just can't see it. I can't see him being a consistent asset. Mitoma? Ooh. Son? Is Son back soon? Yeah, I think those are the names, guys. And I think I might just do some spice here and go with Bowen. Who's on pens for West Ham? Do we know that? I've got this thing called Perplexity AI, and I'm going to say who is on pens for West Ham? It's Paqueta, isn't it? Oh, come on, James Ward-Prowse. Update yourself, AI. Goodness gracious. Anyway, we digress. Bobby, I can't understand people that are selling Semenyo for the likes of McNeil. Downgrade, in my opinion. Surely Paqueta on West Ham pens. Yeah. It looks like it might be Paqueta. Andy Martin, someone came up to me an hour ago and said, is there anything you do? I spent £30 trying to win a teddy and didn't win. I said, nope, that's gambling. Andy, I would like to take this opportunity to invite you onto the show in the next few weeks. Whenever you get a sec, I go live every Saturday evening after the Prem games. So if you fancy it, hit me up in my DMs. Slide into those DMs, Andy, and we'll have a chat about FPL and life, and we will cover the big topics. It's just for like 10 minutes as well. It's really not a long time. You just come on for 10 minutes. We have a little chat. You do a little quiz. And then you leave with the t-shirt. Sam, I'm going to buy Brennan Johnson my FPL team. Now I wait. Yeah, Johnson, it really is a legit pick, I think. Especially if this guy's injured. Look at that segue. Brennan Johnson over to Saka. Seeing a lot of FOMO plans to sell Saka from his owners lately. Just a quick reminder that this still applies. He's going to start and play 90 minutes in Gameweek 8. Yeah, he is. Guys, he is. FPL Croatian knows. Got some price rises and fallers. This is from my friends in the FPL HQ. So FPL Jack and Panda, and I think some others are in the chat. I got these from the chat that we're in. Automated. Ooh, they've set something up there. So price rises. Keen, apparently, guys. Keen's a price rise. People are buying Keen during the international break. I don't know why. Johnson, I don't get overall. I don't get any of it. Like, why are people making transfers at this current moment? But Johnson, it makes a lot of sense. Keen, that's weird. That is weird. Andy, I work 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. every Saturday, my friend. Sorry. Oh, boo. We'll figure out a way, Andy. We'll figure it out. I'm actually planning to... Oh, guys, let me know what you think about this. I was actually planning to do a live show every night. So it would be like the best of Twitter. Every night, 20 minutes, go online, and then keep my Saturday night shows an hour. Or just around an hour. So yeah, Andy, all good, mate. We'll figure it out. If you fancy it, of course. No pressure, no pressure. Ish, just saying, awesome show once again. Thank you, my friend. I've got a few more. I've got some glory. I made it to 500 subscribers. So I just wanted to say thanks everyone for everything that you do. Thanks for your support. I appreciate it so much. Like, I can't even tell you how overwhelming it is. I'm so humbled on the daily for the support and the feedback and all that stuff that I get from people. So thank you. We are just starting out. This is my future. I am just starting out. We're just getting warmed up. So there's plenty to come. And again, just thank you all so much for all your kind words and such. Kobe Mainu, look at him. Look at this kid. Just signed a new contract. You've got to respect that. Just a lifelong Man United fan, as a kid, in a Man United shirt, with his sunglasses on. This is probably about 5 years ago. Delia, finally met the person who manages my job's FPL mini league. They asked me if I watch FPL Black Box. I told them I am a mod for it, and they were like, wait, you are the Delia they always talk about? Wow. They have apparently a new level of respect for me now. FPL changes lives. Love that. Love that SHIT, Delia, you queen. Waking up as a Saka captainer. Yes. Yes, I'm sure this is exactly what it feels like. I'm one of those guys, right? I had it on Saka. It was Haaland in the end. 978 as it stands. FPL Cedars is 978th in the world. He captained Saka. They captained Saka, should I say. And the team didn't really do that well otherwise. It's all good, guys. We just need some good decisions here and there, and we will be up in the ranks. Chris Wood, the pattern continues. Yeah, Chris Wood is killing me. I feel like Delap's going to be doing some things, though, so I'm okay. Jimenez. Yep. Jimenez is doing some things. Could be a little asset. Might be on pens. Maybe not. Probably Andreas. Trent is killing me as well. Look at these points. I wildcarded him out in game week 7. So I picked up the 1-pointer. I picked this up. This Wolves 1-pointer. Picked that up. Sold him. And then I missed out on the 8 points. And that's what you get for making decisions in your life. This is Jack, FPL Jack. He or Jake, should I say? Sorry, Jack's in the chat. Jake won a Arsenal shirt from me for just being a bit of a ledge. So, you know, I like doing stuff like that. Yes. So let's just have a quick look at some bookmarks. I've got some memes to get through. Let's make sure we get through these real quick. October 7th, October 10th, October 6th. Oh, yeah, these are good. Look at this from FPL 420. As a kid, these are the apps on the phone, and then as they grow up, they become FPL fiends. And this is what the home screen looks like. The tears. It's perfect. Me and the boys ready for another red arrow. We did that last week. Morgan Rogers, Adama Traore. Yeah, look at that. Look at this for a narrative. 28 points, 28 points. Yeah, I just guess like Morgan Rogers is a new player in the Premier League. We all know about Adama's greasy antics, so we're probably just a bit sick of him. And Rogers is really young. I don't know, but I mean, it's a fair point, isn't it? Like, Traore. Haaland will cost you 15.4 million now, and we did that last week. But yeah, that is a ridiculous amount of money for an FPL asset. Get me Ollie at Man U FC. Man United fans are looking at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and for some reason they want him back, and it is madness to try and comprehend. I'm a data-driven manager. The data sorted by total points. Alex Volo with an absolute goat tweet. Life before FPL, life after FPL. 100%. Did that last week. FPL managers for Bruno and Eze after another weekend of blanks. I wish I knew how to quit you. This was great. FPL Poya. Source, please. My effing eyes. So good. Raptor. I swear, if this man blanks my FPL team again in Gameweek 8, he's getting transferred out on Sunday evening. Ross is... Andy, you're in the chat. Mate, you're a non-Harlander, right? Ross here, he was a non-Harlander. What's your take on Ross giving in and getting Haaland in his team? Is there any thoughts from your side as the ambassador, the lieutenant, the captain of the non-Haaland brigade? What's your take on a big name like this giving in and getting Haaland in? And by the way, he blanked. Unreal. Let us know what you think about that. Sort it out, your cabbage. Yeah, so many bots and stuff on Twitter. It's really weird. I have a lot of this going on as well. I don't really know what to do about any of it. It's mental. All right, I think I'm going to call it because I've been on for an hour and a half now. Bobby, I mean, I understand why Ross went back to Haaland because City's fixtures from 7 onwards was insane. Yeah, fair enough. I'd just love to know what Andy's doing. Andy, what are you doing with your Haaland situation? Are you staying strong? Is this a no Haaland season for you? Let us know what you think, mate. What's happening here? Oh yeah, I saw this. This is so funny. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. Go onto Focal's Twitter page and and watch this video. It's ridiculous. I don't know what's going on here, but it's like some sort of like dance performance. Fantastic. Good for them. FPL Juice 5-a-side training. Onions, you legend. You bloody legend, Onions. Great stuff. All right, well, guys, I'm gonna get to bed because I'm tired. And I just want to say thank you so much for joining. What a pleasure it's been to hang out with you this Saturday evening. Let's stop the international break going forward. Oh, wait a second. Here we go. Andy Martin has replied. Don't say this, Alf. I'm really considering moving to him with free transfers. I'm in a dilemma here. Well, what are you thinking? Andy, listen, we can chat, mate. We can chat. Andy, I'll chat with you anytime, all right? We'll figure it out. I'm here to problem solve. Lots of love, everyone. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend. Stay hydrated. And remember, FPL is not a substitute for a warm life. Peace out.